Angelica. I'm going to be doing a really quick apartment tour today. I'm not going to go way into detail. Hopefully it'll be a quick one just to give you a good idea of what a Japanese apartment looks like. And then I'll be talking about also like rent prices and my whole apartment situation, which may or may not be similar to what other jet apartments look like. I'm not a huge decorator, so my apartment still looks pretty bare bone, a little messy, but it'll be all good. Yeah, let's get right into it. So this is my front door area. Got a place for shoes, cabinets, and down here are just the kerosene gas tank for my kerosene gas heaters. And then I come in and it's this kitchen slash like dining area. It's a little bit messy. This is the kitchen. It's kind of a small space, but for one person it's pretty doable. So that's the stove, and then this center area you can use to like do some like cutting, and then there's the sink, and then the little shelf up there is for spices and whatnot. There's one kerosene gas heater. On the other side is my fridge, microwave, my cooking appliances, and shelves for dishes and whatnot. And then on this side I have my laundry. And I'm fortunate because my laundry area is indoors. I have a few friends who have those drying racks outside. So I don't know what they're gonna do in the winter, because I feel like my clothes are still damp, and I washed this maybe 2 days ago. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be so funny if it just like froze over. I don't know what I would do. But yeah, that's my laundry. It's kind of cool because I have a window out here, so I can open it and then close this door. And so in the summer I can leave the window out there open so that it can dry easier with whatever breeze there is. And that up there is like a storage unit. It's actually really spacious up there, but I have to use this ladder to get up. But I've just had a lot of boxes and random things up there. Yeah. So this is the bathroom. I have my laundry unit. So it's only a washer, and then this sink area. And I like how they have the shelves and like an electric plug. So it's a little on the smaller side, but it gets the job done. I don't have too much stuff, so it's not a huge deal. And then the shower, it's so bright, kind of just looks like that. And there's the tub area that I've never used yet, but I think they like to sit and shower. So there's like this little ledge for your shampoo, and they usually buy like a stool, and that's why the mirror is like so low, and there's a little area to hang your shower head, and so you just sit there and then do all your stuff and then jump into the tub. So I've never used it because I just feel like the tub wastes a lot of water, but I can imagine in the winter it's like really, really, really nice. So that's that. My toilet area. I didn't do any cleaning for this, you guys, so I hope it's not gross. But there's my tissue paper, toilet paper. There's this little sink on top of the tank, so it's kind of cool. You can choose to do a big flush or a small flush, and then when the tank refills, the water will come out this way and then refill. So I think people like wash their hands under this, which I don't really know. I've never used it, but it's there. And I like the toilet because you can actually adjust the seat. This is the heat, the warmth, so this is the lowest. But the seat area is plastic, so in the winter you sit on it and it's not freezing cold like it would be back home in America. So it makes going to the bathroom a little more pleasant. Yeah. So this is my room. It's kind of messy, but there's my kotatsu and a couch that I got secondhand. The kotatsu was also sold to me by another jet, and she included like all the blankets and the padding. This is the other side. So the TV was also from the contracting organization. I've never used it, but I mean, I've used it once because I thought I was gonna practice Japanese for one hot second, but then I stopped because I didn't understand the shows and it was just not entertaining. But there's another kerosene heater. It's on right now because it's actually -4 degrees right now outside, so it is freezing. But this is where I usually put my my futon down. So there's just one space for like a single. I store everything in these. And so this is where all my suitcases and blankets go. It's all up there. And then this is where my clothing goes. Yeah. So typically with apartments, especially on the JET program, your contracting organization will be providing the apartment for you. So you don't get to really choose where you want to stay. I think the case might be different if you're a Tokyo jet, just because they've been increasing the number of jets going to the Tokyo area, especially for the Olympics, is what I heard. And so, like, a lot of those jets in that area might not have had predecessors, or their contracting organization might be hiring an ALT for the first time ever, and they don't really know how to deal with that kind of situation. And so I think they're left a little bit more on their own, but for the most part, the contracting organization is gonna be figuring out most of the apartment stuff for you. And so in my case, my predecessor lived in this apartment. I think there were a lot of other people before that too, for a couple years. And all of the main necessities, like my main, I guess, what do you call them, utilities, like laundry machine, the fridge, and like tables and cabinets and whatnot, they were all already here beforehand. And so I didn't have to worry about that. Like, it's the contracting organizations, they bought it, and it's gonna be in here for the next my successor, as long, given that the thing doesn't break. So I didn't have to worry about that, which is a pretty big relief. And then my coworkers, my supervisor and stuff, like the day after I arrived into the apartment, they took me out to buy like all the daily things that I would need. So my futon, my blankets, my pillows, like kitchenware, toilet paper, tissue paper, like dishwashing, laundry soap, all of that kind of stuff. And like, of course I had to pay for it, but they drove me out and they showed me like, this brand is good and all of that. And so coming in, it was all pretty easy. It was pretty carefree, for me at least. I've heard of people who've had to come in and like buy their own laundry machine and pay all of that stuff out of pocket, or like get a car and stuff like that. And so yeah, situation varies. Rent wise, I don't remember the exact number right now, but it's somewhere between 20,000 to 30,000 yen. And so I think I'm really bad with numbers. That should be around like $200 to $300, which is really, 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 really cheap, right? Like I'm coming from Seattle area. That's so cheap, especially given that my apartment is like 20 minutes max away from the like city center. I'm like 5 minutes away from the train station. There's like a lot of, well, not a lot, but like there's plenty of supermarkets and malls and stuff nearby, convenience stores. And so I love my location. It's great. All in all, I'm really satisfied with my apartment situation, location-wise, and like the actual condition of the apartment. It's not old. It's pretty spacious for one person. I'm just in my room under my kotatsu like all the time. So that sums up my apartment. This is my first time actually living alone, and it was kind of scary at first, honestly. It was kind of like, it definitely took half a month to a month for me to get used to being here by myself. Like, I would come home and it was dark. There's no one to talk to. When I went to sleep at night, it was weird, like, getting used to it, because I had to find like a good position to face my bed. I was like vertical this way in the room at first, and then I switched to like horizontal, and just like little things like that. And then getting used to the way the apartment moves, and like, you know, when there's like wind, or yeah, just like weird little sounds like that would kind of trigger me and I would get jittery. But after getting used to it, it just, yeah, it's actually really comfortable, and I quite like living alone now. So everything, it just goes to show that things might seem a little hard or a little different and weird and difficult at first, but once you get used to it, it's like it's second nature. So I hope you got a little glimpse into what living in Japan, at least in Hachinohe, looks like. And I'll talk to you guys next time.